As runners, most of us are running long distances. We're going out for long runs. Why the long run? How long is a long run? How long should you be out running? Okay, today let's talk about long runs. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Arno, and the channel is about running and anything run related. So if that's something that you like, consider subscribing down below so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Recently, I made a remark in my video that I hadn't been running that much and that the longest run that I did was only 15K. And afterwards, I realized that to some people that might actually sound kind of strange. But it depends on the context, because I was training for a marathon, so I should have been running 25 to 30 Ks. And normally when I'm not training for a race, I run more than 15K. However, I do realize that for some runners, 15K might seem like a crazy amount of running. I remember when I first started out, or before I started running, 10K seemed like a crazy amount of running to be doing without being in a race or without being chased by the police. So, yeah, me saying only 15K is just a reflection on my training. If you just started out running, then you might be ecstatic just to be able to run 1 mile without stopping. Or you could have a goal of one day being able to run a 5K. So in that way, the long run is different for everybody. And for me, saying only 15K is not a way of bragging that I can run longer runs, because actually I don't really see it as an accomplishment on my part, because all I did was I went running and I kept running. So you could do the same thing. If you just stick to it, you put in the training, you just keep running. At some point, you go running and you'll say only 15K. So that means the long run changes. For me, a long run used to be 3 kilometers. I set out a course of 3K that I would run, and I felt proud after I ran that. I felt good about it, and I was exhausted after it. But I built up the distance, and I got up to 5K, and I thought, how am I ever gonna run 10K? That is twice as much. But I kept at it, and I kept building the distance, and I got to 10K. And it got easier, because it was harder to build up from 3 kilometers to 5 kilometers than it was from 8 to 10. The long run is at the heart of most of our training schedules, and it's that distance that we want to achieve for the races that we train for. It could be a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon. No matter what level you're training at, it's that long run that gets our attention. It's that distance goal that we strive for. I like interval runs. I love fartlek runs, and I like to mix up my training runs, but it's that long run that gives me that feeling of fulfillment, that feeling of accomplishing something. You set a goal for yourself, you wanted to do something, and then you went out and did it. That's the strength of the long run for me. It's that feeling that you accomplished something. And whether it's going out on a training run, going out to de-stress, or trying to push yourself, it's the long run that gives you that fulfillment. I don't always feel like going out on a run, but I'm always happy that I did. So whether you run 3K or 15K, they can both be long runs. It just depends on what's a long run to you. And your long run will keep changing, because if you keep training, you keep running, then your long run will get longer. And I realized that me saying only 15K, 15K is actually a pretty long distance to be running. So I'm very happy to be able to say that and to be able to run that. But you can do the same thing. Just keep running, just stick to it. Take care of your body, make sure you don't get injured. And at some point you'll hear yourself say, I only ran 15K. And with that in mind, get out there and run.